Is exactly how I help coaches make 10K a month without ads. So if you think you need ads to hit 10K a month, you've been lied to. So why should you trust me? Well, I've cash collected over $12,000 last month and cash collected $9,000 this month, and we're on track to do past 20K, right? So just some credibility. How was I able to do this? Well, all of this was through the Poison framework, and this is a unique framework which I've developed myself that allows my clients to get insane results. So, does it work? Right? Does this work? Oh, you've tried boosting posts, you've tried running ads, and you burned cash instead of making it back. You posted every single day on YouTube, on Instagram, but you feel like you're talking to an empty camera, empty room. You think you need fancy funnels, but you can't even book a simple sales call. You're stuck in the content hamster wheel, posting content just to stay visible. And you keep seeing gurus say, just run ads, you'll make money back. But you have no system to convert the traffic, even if it did show up. You don't have a traffic problem, it's a foundation problem. And by doing all of this, that's the reason you're failing. Most coaches try to scale before they even know how to sell consistently. That's the main problem within the industry. So they're chasing cold audiences with ads, like just running ads, getting cold traffic, but they ignore their gold mine just sitting in their own network. And that's exactly what the Poison framework shows you. So this is the Poison framework, and no, it's not the poison that's dangerous for you. That is not it. This is the Poison framework that's gonna help you make a shit ton of money. So I'm gonna get into the entire framework and show you guys. So P stands for principles. So what is the whole point of principles? Well, the whole point of P, the principles, is to just get ultra clear on the foundations of your entire business. For example, right? Who do you serve? We're gonna cover who do you serve, like your ICP, your niche. What's your tangible offer? What's the transformation you provide? And inside of this, again, there's some other stuff. Is market research. Conduct market research. Make sure you know your research. Make sure you know your market as best as you can from inside out. Make sure you know your ICP, who you're talking to. That's gonna help so easy in messaging them. Like start crafting the messaging, start crafting scripts, start crafting content. This is gonna make everything easier. A rule of thumb when it comes to the offer is if you can't explain the offer in one sentence, you can't sell it. Just simple as that. If you can't explain your offer in one sentence, you can't sell it. Now, what's the purpose of principles? Like, well, why are we doing principles? Well, it's to set up your community in the right way. So on top of making like getting our niche right, getting our offer right, getting those simple things right, we're also going to be setting up the entire funnel, setting up the school community or whatever WOP community the right way to make sure when we start driving traffic to the community, it's already set up and the onboarding flow is already set up, meaning we can consistently generate free members and convert them to paid members. We want to make sure the community is optimized, the classroom, the onboarding flow, really, really important stuff, and get it pre-ready for traffic. Now, how can you master this? So I'm going to give you guys some action steps for you guys to just master this. So first thing is you want to find your niche. Find exactly your niche, find exactly who you serve, what niche you want to be in. Next thing is you want to define your ICP. Now, the way you want to define your ICP, this is all done through market research. And it's pretty easy how you can conduct market research. If you want to like properly know how to conduct market research, set up your whole community the right way and master this the right way, click the top link in the description, my free school community teaching you exactly how to do this. So that's ICP. Well, you need to conduct market research, which basically means you want to hop on with some calls of people inside your niche, ask them just a list of questions. And if you want that list of questions for each school community, and from that, you can then build your tangible offer plus a clear transformation. Once you've done that, once you've got the fundamentals of ICP, market research, offer, and niche, we can then move on to setting up the school community. Now, bear in mind, this is going to be a free school community and we're going to ascend them just to a paid offer. So we're not going to ascend them to a paid community because I don't really like the concept of MRI. It's completely bullshit and everyone that does it is an absolute retard. So you want to set up your free school community, and then we move on to some premium branding. So your logo, your name, your banner, you want to make sure all of this stuff is there. And just keep in mind, don't spend too much time in just the premium branding phase because you can adjust it later down the line. Number 6 is onboarding optimization. So making sure the onboarding flow is amazing. For example, what do members do when they join the community? For example, they enter the onboarding questions. They join the community. They get an order DM. They go to the Start Here course. They write an introduction post. They're booking a call with you. You follow up with them. They engage with the community. They hop on a call with you. You qualify whether they're fit for the program or not. All right. Easy as onboarding flow, easy way to print money. Next thing is close-up optimization. Make sure the entire thing is optimized for the most amount of conversions. About page mastery. Obviously, you want the most conversions, right? As well as VSL formula. You obviously want the most amount of conversions. So make sure you want to get all of that set up. So that is principles. Now let's move on to outbound. Outbound is basically outbound marketing. And this is where we are not waiting for people to come to us. We're actually going to the people. So we start the DM, and this is not just any DM. Like if you think I said this is like a random ass DM. Oh no, it's not a random DM. It's a targeted DM. And we're going to be leveraging common networking for this. And this is basically soft pitches without spamming. And if you think it's wasting my time, I don't have time in my day for DMs, it's a waste of time, no one replies to me. Well, that's probably the reason you're not making money, right? It's probably the reason you're not making them. So once you start sending DMs, the next step is to automate the entire process and hire commission-based setters to automate this. So how can you master this? Just book a call with us down below. We're the only one of the best in the game. I've been working with Max in-house as well, who's got his own system, and he's the best in the industry in this. So yeah, 100K a month. No, I'm part of them as well as my own business. So we are the best in the industry. Book a call with me down below. I can set this up for your entire business. Now, inbound. So what is inbound? So inbound is basically inbound. And if you think, wait, what is this? Isn't this the same as outbound? Well, no, it's just a couple of differences, but it means people are coming to you, not you coming to them. Right, so this is like content marketing. So for example, you're creating content and people see your content and they reach out to you. Right, so you want to create content that triggers conversations, not just any form of content, like what is that, entertainment content, or just content like you want to create educational content. Examples: YouTube content, Instagram content. Well, how do you know that? I already know that. Why am I learning this? Well, did you know this? Did you know what authority posts are? Do you know what polarizing opinions are? Do you know what value bombs are? And even if you did, do you implement this? Probably don't, right? So make sure you dive much deeper into that. So rule of thumb, it's not about going viral, right? I probably this video, check the views of this video. Not the most amount of views is it, but it's probably going to make me a lot of money. It's probably going to make me more than 1 million views. So it's not about going viral. It's about getting 5 DMs every single week from qualified leads minimum. Let's say you get 10 qualified leads reaching out to you. You can get 7 of them on a call. Let's say 5 of them show up to the call. And you close like 3 of them. And you charge $3,000. That's $9,000 a week. Times that by 4, that's $36,000 in a month. So how can you master this? Well, you have a content planner. I just use Notion, and again, if you want to access my entire content planner, top link in the description, free school community. A content clicking team, or you can use an AI software, which I use. Content distribution. Again, we can basically set up an AI automation with this using make.com and a vector shift. Account optimization, just make sure your account looks the best as it possibly can. Conversion from content and SOP. So basically means just create SOPs on how you're going to be running like conversions through your content. And again, you want to track absolutely everything in your entire business. So content tracking and optimization. Now that is inbound done. Now let's move on to S. Now S is systems. So what are systems? Well, we're basically automating without overcomplicating. And I just want you to understand, whatever you don't measure, you cannot improve. And examples of systems are lead tracking sheets, pre-built DM scripts, deliverables, onboarding systems. All of this you're automating in the business. And the rule of thumb is the more systems you can create and the data to track, the better. But this is only to a certain extent, because you want to make sure business is simple. Keep all your stuff simple. Keep shit simple, because the more you complicate it later down the road, the tougher it's going to be for you, and you're just going to feel burnt out and you're just going to quit. So how can you master this? So you want to build a system up for a downsell course. You want to have a system for free member tracking, closes and setup performances, see how they're performing, go with specialists, see how they're performing. And basically track systems for every aspect of the business, whether that's leads, calls, contacts, sales, finance. And if you want all that done for you, book it a call with me down below. So that is systems. Now, E is expand. So what is expand? Expanding is basically bringing on talent and expanding the business, just like automating the entire thing even further. An example of this, like network with high-level individuals, bring on talent to the team, and yeah, that's expand. Now let's move on to network. So network is basically just you speaking in other communities. You You are leveraging the audience of other people, like webinars, live masterclasses. Examples: collaborations, workshops, masterclasses, webinars, swaps. Swaps are like Instagram story swaps. So you connect with someone, they promote you, or fuck, you promote theirs. And a rule of thumb is borrow people's trust and do it fast. Do it fast. And if you don't got an audience, that's not a problem. That's why you network. That's why you use the audience of others. And that's the entire poison framework. Now, how can you master the last two steps? So booking a call that's down below. We're the only one of best in the industry and the only ones in the industry that are doing this entire framework. I book in a call that's down below, and obviously free scoops with the top link in the description. And that is the entire poison framework. And this is gonna guarantee you get $15,000 a month every single month in your coaching and community business.